Hi everyone. In this lesson, we are going to review the last property of exponents, property number 5, which is exponent raised to an exponent, which is also called power of a power. So in this property, our goal is to clear parentheses. Explaining it in words, it says if a power is raised to another power, you multiply the exponents together. That will clear our parentheses, and that will simplify it to just one exponent. For example, if you have x to the second to the fourth power, you rewrite your base of x. 2 times 4 is 8. So your answer would be x to the 8th. The second example I have up here, you would put a 1 above your coefficient of 4. Technically, these are being multiplied together. So remember, it's 4 times x. They're both raised to the first power. To clear parentheses, okay, we have an exponent raised to an exponent. You are distributing the 3 to each of those exponents. So 3 times 1 is 3. So 4 to the third times x to the 3 times 1 is 3. So 4 to the third, x to the third. And again, we want to leave it in exponential form. Okay, so those are two basic examples telling us if you have a power to a power, you multiply them. Okay, so let's look at some that are a little bit harder, but also combine some of the other properties that we've talked about. Okay, so number 1. The first thing I want you to do is put a 1 above all the terms that you don't see an exponent on. And if you want to put a multiplication symbol between your 2 and your c and your 3 and your c, you may do that. You will then clear these parentheses, okay, which is the same thing as saying, since you have a power to a power, you are multiplying this 3 to all the other exponents. So you would get 2 to the third, c to the third, 3 to the third, c to the ninth. Okay? Now, once your parentheses are gone, like we did in the last few lessons, you want to make sure that your bases are different. In this case, you do have a c that's repeating. So the coefficients of 2 to the third and 3 to the third are okay because those bases are different. So I'm just going to rewrite those. Now your c's, you're multiplying same base, so you're adding the exponents. So that becomes c to the 12th. So your simplified answer is 2 to the third, 3 to the third, c to the 12th. Again, all the bases are different, okay, and your parentheses are gone. So hopefully that makes sense. Number 2 is going to be similar. Okay, again, the first thing we want to do is put a 1 above the terms that you don't see an exponent. We're going to clear our parentheses. So we're going to take this 3 and we're going to multiply it by all the other exponents. Okay? So when you multiply it, we get 4 to the third, c to the 6th, c to the ninth, 3 to the third, c to the third. Okay? So in this one, you end up having 3 c's. Let me make this. So we highlight or underline those. There's a c here, a c here, and a c here. Okay? I'm going to rewrite our coefficients in front. Now you're multiplying same base, so you are adding your exponents. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite our base of c one time. So 6 plus 9 plus 3 gives us 18. Okay, so again, we know we're done when all the bases are different. you don't have parentheses, and you don't have negative exponents. Okay, order I'm not really concerned about. Just make sure that your coefficients in front, that we can tell that they're separate. We don't want that to look like a 43. Okay, number 3, and actually the next few of these, if you want to pause the video to try these without me, that's probably a good idea. Okay, so number 3, you are first putting a 1 above your 3 and your n, and then you're multiplying the 2 to all the other exponents or powers that you see. Okay, that's how we clear our parentheses. So rewrite your base of 3. 1 times 2 is 2. Rewrite your base of n. 3 times 2 is 6. Rewrite your base of n. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay? So your coefficient of 3 squared, you're just going to rewrite. There are not any other 3 squareds here, or base of 3. Okay? We're then going to look at the n's are repeated. So remember, when you multiply same base, you're adding your exponents. So 3 to the second, n to the 8th. Okay, number 4. Okay, we're going to put a 1 above the 4, the 2, and the n. Okay, the exponent on the outside of your parenthesis, again, the power to a power property tells you that you are multiplying each of these exponents by 2. Okay, so your next step would look like 4 to the second, n to the 6th, times 2 to the second, n to the 4th, times n to the second. Okay, we have 3 n's, so we're going to combine those. Okay, our coefficient of 4 to the second times 2 to the second, I'm just going to write in front. Okay, again, your n, you're going to rewrite your base. Okay, 6 plus 4 plus 2 is 12. All right, so remember, multiply same base, add your exponents. You know you're done because all the bases are different. Okay, and we're keeping our answer in exponential form. Okay, number 5. If you haven't paused the video yet to try these without me, please do that. I think that will help you. So number 5, again, we're putting 1s above all the terms that we don't see an exponent. To clear our outside exponent, we are multiplying that through. Okay, so we have 2 to the second, h to the 6th, 3 to the second, h to the second, h to the 6th. Okay, make sure you are remembering to multiply that 2 to every base that you see. We have 3 h's. Okay, we're going to rewrite our coefficients of 2 to the second and 3 to the second. Okay, rewrite your base of h, and when you add 6 plus 2 plus 6, you're going to get 14. So 2 squared, 3 squared, h to the 14th. Okay. Okay, 6 and 7 are a little bit easier, less terms. Okay, so put your exponent of 1 above each of them. We're going to clear parentheses. So we're going to multiply this exponent to every term that's in there. So you get 3 to the second, h to the 6th, 4 to the second, h to the second. Okay, we're going to look at any bases that are the same. Okay, again, the h's are repeating. So I'm going to rewrite our 3 to the second and 4 to the second. Okay, rewrite our base of h, because that's repeated. And then add your exponents. 6 plus 2 is 8. Okay, so again, try to keep your coefficients in front, which are your number bases, and then your variables go after. Okay, I'll go a little quicker here. Number 7, put a 1 above the 4 and the 2. Okay, we're taking the exponent of a 2, and we are multiplying it by all the exponents that are here. Okay, so you get 4 to the second, y to the 6th, 2 to the second, y to the 4th. Okay, from here, we have y's that repeat. So our bases of y repeat. Your coefficients of 4 squared and 2 squared, just rewrite in front. You're multiplying same base, so rewrite your y, and add your exponents. 6 plus 4 is 10. So 4 squared, 2 squared, and then y to the 10th. Okay? All right, so if you have questions on 1 to 7 and I didn't answer them, please email me. Let's look at a few more on the next column. I won't do all of these. Let me see which ones are harder. Actually, these ones are probably a little bit easier than the ones we just did. Okay, so let's look at the first few, and I think you guys should be okay. The assignment for this week, or one of them, looks very similar to this. Okay, so number 8, put 1s above all the terms that you don't see an exponent on. Okay, we are taking the 3, which is your exponent on the outside, and again, multiplying that by all the other bases here, all the other exponents. So we have 2 to the 3rd, z to the 6th, times z to the 3rd, times 3 to the 3rd. Okay, we have 2 bases that are the same, so always look at that. You're going to rewrite your number coefficient in front. So 2 to the 3rd times 3 to the 3rd. Okay, rewrite your base of z. Add your exponents. 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay, so 2 to the 3rd, 3 to the 3rd, z to the 9th. Again, you know you're done because all your bases are different. All right, number 9. This one, be careful. Remember, the 9 is not attached to the y. That 9 is just in front. So you're still taking your exponent of a 3, and you're multiplying it times each term, each exponent that's inside parentheses. Okay, so you'd have 9 to the 3rd, y to the 9th, n to the 12th. Okay, when you get to this point, you're looking to see if any of the bases are the same. They are not. Because of that, you are done. You cannot simplify your answer any further. Okay? All right, let's look at one more here. Again, because these are similar, we'll just look at number 11. Okay? All right, so number 11. Again, put your 1s above the terms that you don't see exponents. Okay? And we're going to multiply that through. Okay? So you have 3 to the 2nd, k to the 2nd, 2 to the 2nd, k to the 6th, k to the 4th. So you have a lot of k's on this one. Okay? Look at your bases that are the same. Okay, which are all of our k's here. Keep your coefficients in front, so 3 to the 2nd, 2 to the 2nd. Okay, I'm going to rewrite the k. When you add 2 plus 6 plus 4, you get 12. Okay, so that's your answer. Again, you know you're done because all the bases are different. Okay, so that's the last problem I'm going to go into that much detail with. If you went ahead of me and did these, I will give you the answers for the last few that are here. Okay, I'll just go over them quickly. So number 10, your first step should have been 2 to the 3rd, g to the 6th, g to the 6th. Your answer for 10 should have been 2 to the 3rd, g to the 12th. Okay. Number 12, if you guys went ahead of me and did this one as well, your first step should have been n to the 2nd times 4 to the 2nd times n to the 6th. Okay, and then when you clean that up, it should have been 4 to the 2nd, n to the 8th. Okay, number 13, the answer should be 7 to the 4th, s to the 12th, z to the 4th. Okay. And then the last one, again, if you guys went ahead of me, your first step should have been c to the 3rd, 2 to the 3rd, c to the 6th, c to the 6th. Okay, when you combined all those, 2 to the 3rd, c to the 15th. Okay, so again, the biggest part from this property is to remember if you have a power to a power, that you're multiplying exponents. That's going to clear the parentheses. Okay, when you get your final answer, remember that your bases have to be different, and you don't want to leave an answer with a negative exponent. Okay, so your assignment for this lesson is going to look very similar. So refer back to these notes if you need to. As always, email me with any additional questions. I hope everyone's doing well. Have a great rest of the week.